Hi everyone, welcome to One Day at a Time. Thank you all for being here and welcome to the new subscribers. I thank you all and appreciate every single one of you. First of all, have to apologise, I've been absent for a little while. My other channel, Parent Alienation, has been quite busy and I've been kind of focusing on that one at the moment because there's a lot of people out there and a lot of kids that need to have a voice spoken for them. Anyway, I'm here and I'd like to just appreciate every single one of you for joining me and being on this channel and having the patience and waiting around for me to post another video. I think you guys are all fantastic. I wanted to talk about how to recover from abuse as a child. Now, when you're abused as a child, it's there's no preference whether you're a male or a female child. Narcissistic people don't really care about gender. They mainly care about lashing out and inflicting their moods onto somebody else. But recovering from that as an adult can be quite tricky. It can be tricky because a lot of kids that have grown up are still coming to terms with the fact that they've been betrayed by someone who's meant to care for them or look out for them. So it is kind of hard to try to function in a world where your trust has been broken. But it can be done. You don't have to become friends or buddies with different people. You can just go about your daily life and just take each day one day at a time. Same as my channel is called. Because that's what you need to do. You need to take on just one day at a time. Don't try to cram a lot or too much into that day. Just focus on doing what you have to do for that day. You need to get up. You need to look after yourself. You need to make sure you're eating healthy. You drink right. Don't drink alcohol because alcohol is only a depressant and will make you feel down and give you depression, cause you anxiety. Make you not think straight. Now you need a clear head. So a lot of people that have faced trauma as a child and growing into adult years or even young adolescence years before adult years, they take on substance abuse as a way to mask the hurt that they've had inflicted on them. It's kind of like numbing yourself. The thing is with doing this, it doesn't make the issue go away. It doesn't make the pain go away. What it does is brings you into a lower mood, brings you into a very depressed mood because alcohol is a depressant. So I would strongly suggest that you don't turn to substances to mask what's been happening. What you need to do is speak about it. You need to find someone you can confide in, be it a really close friend, be it a trusting family member, be it a therapist. You need to go and chat to somebody about that, especially if you're looking for substances or you're drawn to drinking or taking substances to numb you out. Other ways that you can deal with this too is have a journal. Keep a journal close by and use that journal. I used to write things down quite a lot when I was growing up. Well, not when I was growing up so much, probably in my teenage years and young adult years when it really hit home what had happened to me and the betrayal that I'd faced. I didn't have access to a therapist at that time. I did go and see a therapist and did go and open up to a professional about what was happening. That is important to do that sometimes, but it's also it's a good place to talk to somebody to unload. If you don't have somebody you can confide in or somebody you can talk to, therapy is a very good avenue because these therapists one, just speaking about stuff gets it off your chest, so you're not carrying that burden with you. And two, therapists can give you tactics to help you deal with certain situations, certain trigger points on how to cope or to work through different situations that you may be facing. Now, trigger points when it comes to being abused as a child, and then you still have the burden of carrying that betrayal and that hurt with you. Trigger points can be as simple as the smell of someone's cologne, the smell of someone's perfume, the mannerism of somebody, the way someone speaks. There's all these little things that can be a trigger to take you back to where your abuse had occurred. Now, the therapists are really good to help you deal with sort of situations on how to cope with certain trigger points. I had a journal I used to write in all the time when I was in my young adult years. Anytime I got depressed, anytime I got angry, I'd get my book out and I'd write in there. And half of it would be scribble. Half of it you couldn't really read exactly what was going on, because it was, writing would start out small and end up would be huge scribbly mess, because as you write, your feelings come out through your pen. So sometimes the feelings would be you're pressing really hard on the pen where you're almost tearing the page, or you're writing really fast that the words become scrambled with each other. Now, this doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you can't read your own writing. It doesn't matter if it's not understandable to anybody, because you don't have to show that to anybody. That's your own private record. It's just another way to get that out of your system, to just write it on a piece of paper and you can throw that away. You don't have to keep that. It's just another form of release. That's probably the correct word. It's a good form of releasing the stress that you've been given. Another good way to deal with the anxiety or the hurt that's been inflicted on you by the hands of somebody else. A physical form of, you could call it exercise, I suppose. Punching bags are great. Punching bags are probably a really good thing to do, because you could put a picture up there of your abuser and just punch the shit out of that thing. And that again releases that blockage that's in you, that gets it out of your system, so that you're not betraying your anger or your depression onto somebody else, because these things can be catchy. If you throw your anger at somebody, then they'll probably throw their anger straight back at you. You get depressed and sad, then you're inflicting that depressed sadness on people around you. And it's really good to unload, but you have to be careful who you unload to. Be sure that it's someone you can trust. Be sure it's someone that has your back, that's not going to use what you tell them as a way to manipulate and control you later on. This is why I always found writing things down was a good way to do it. Writing things down, you could get a lot of stuff out, and nobody has to see that, but it just unleashes it from your system. Okay, this is my second attempt to get this finished. Yep, different days, different clothes, same me. Let's try to get this finished. I can get it out to you guys. Another way you can use to unload the anxiousness or stress that you feel. We've talked about writing things down. I really like that one, because you can get a lot written down and can read it back to yourself too. But no one else has to read that. You can just throw that away or burn it, whatever you choose to do. Punching bags are a great way, again, to release aggression or hostility that you have pent up inside you from being victimised by the people who are supposed to care for you. Another one of my favourite things to do is get out on the dance floor. We've spoke about that one once before. You get out there and put some music on. Depending on your mood, what music you put on. You can put, if you're feeling a little blue, you can put a little softer music on and dissolve into the sounds of the music and the voice of whoever's singing the song. Some of these can make you feel a little bit depressed and can cause tears, but a good cry never hurts anybody. A good cry is another way of releasing stuff. So don't feel ashamed of crying. It's a human emotion we all have. And unfortunately, a lot of people are shunned or put down because they shed tears. If you're feeling really uptight or like very anxious and you feel like you want to lash out at somebody, then put some really good dance music on. Hit that floor and bust a sweat. That's a great way to get it out of your system. If you use some tactics like I've given you, just a few, I mean there's quite a lot of different ones you can do. These tactics just get the pent up aggression or feelings that you have in you. It releases them, so then they're not bottled up, so they're not going to rupture and explode somewhere else down the track and inflict hurt onto somebody you don't mean to hurt. Because that's what it's about. It's about controlling your emotions so you're not inflicting that out onto people that you actually care about and you love. Narcissistic people don't care about who they inflict their hurt or their aggression out on. Hence why they're called narcissistic people, because they thrive on drama and the hurt they cause on people. That's their icing on their cake, so to speak. And there's not a lot that some people can do, especially if you're a child, in the way of dealing with having to deal with somebody like that. But there are ways that you can sort of release that from you, that it's not going to be inflicted onto somebody else. Because sometimes that's what happens. People bottle it up and then lash out, and then also become branded as a narcissist because they can't control their emotions. Controlling your emotions isn't an easy thing to do, specifically if you've been betrayed by somebody. Even worse if that person's supposed to be somebody close to you that's meant to protect you and look after you. Anyway, these are just a couple of little tactics that I thought I'd give you today. I'm going to do more videos on this channel because this is an important channel to keep going to. Like I said, I have been caught up with my parent alienation channel because there are a lot of kids out there in a bad position that don't have a voice. They don't have anyone speaking for them, or how to cope with what they're in. A lot of older people too, and seniors still dealing with the same bullshit someone's given them. While you're little, it's hard to control that, but when you're older, you can find tactics and ways to not let that inflict on somebody else. Because that's the ultimate goal, is not to push your hurt onto somebody else to hurt them. Life's too short to spread bitterness and hatred. We need to spread love, caring, and nurturing. Look out for each other, care for each other. It's not a hard thing to do. It's easy to be nasty and horrible to somebody and walk away. Leave them with the emotional scars that you've given them. It's a little harder to come back out of that when you've been on the receiving end of that. But anyway, just wanted to do this short video. Well, it's not so short, but just wanted to finish this video for you guys. And we'll be doing more. So stay positive, keep smiling. Don't let the narcissist win, because if you still carry that burden, you still carry the hurt, if it's still affecting you, they're still winning. Don't give them that satisfaction. Don't let them rob you of your happiness. They may have done that when you were younger and didn't have a say in it, but now you're bigger. Don't let them do that. And for all the people out there caring for somebody, looking out for somebody else, my hat goes off to you guys. You guys are just the most awesome people out there. It takes a special kind of person to put their life on hold to look out for somebody else. And hopefully you're not looking after a narcissist, because that makes your life a bit challenging. But look after yourself, care for yourself. You're important. You were put here for a reason. Even if you're not sure what it is right now, there's a plan in place for you. If you've been experienced hurt as a child or in your adult years, or been messed up with an abusive partner, then you can use your story or your hurt as a way to warn other people and to prevent that happening to somebody else. Even if it's just one person that you're radiating with that connects to what you're saying, you're helping that person go through a life that's otherwise may not have had anybody giving them suggestions. They may have just had to sit there and cop what they've been giving. Life's not like that. Life's about happiness for everybody. And dealing with narcissistic people is a good challenge. Not a good challenge because it's not good in any way, but it strengthens your character, wakes you up to what people are like, and it shows you just how damaging some people can be, just because of spite, just because they choose to be nasty. Anyway, gonna finish it there today. again, thank you guys for being here, and I will definitely be seeing you on another one, not so far away as this one was. Keep smiling, stay positive, and look out for each other. See you guys. Bye.